Number 10. The Panther Dog. Everyone has heard of the infamous panther. This fierce, big cat is typically portrayed as midnight black with sharp teeth and claws and the ability to sneak up on prey and strike without mercy. But did you know that a similar breed of dog exists now? Yes, there really is a panther dog. They turned up in the United States in the 1970s when breeders Michael Stratton and Lucas Lopez began working on how to create the perfect guard dog. They took the genes from Staffordshire Terriers, Doberman Pinschers, Black Labs, and Great Danes and selectively bred them to promote the characteristics they wanted. The Panther Dog is technically a mixed breed, though it does now have an established bloodline and a few generations of familial history. Eventually, it should become an officially recognized dog breed. But just what exactly does the Panther Dog look like? It is an absolute beast with a heavily muscled body, a wide chest, and strong jaws. These dogs are lean and strong and look intimidating. Anyone who saw you walking with a Panther Dog would never even try to pull something funny. Males can grow to be up to 140 pounds, while females are a bit smaller at up to 105 pounds. And while it's true these dogs are loyal and loving with their families, they are wildly protective and sometimes inherently distrustful of strangers. The one thing that's for sure is that the Panther Dog will never back down from a fight. In fact, if you want a guard dog that's also great with your family, there's almost no better choice than this panther-like pup. Number 9. Cambodian Razorback Dog. That's right, there are dog breeds out there that were bred to look as close as possible to the legendary Stegosaurus. Of course, they aren't actually dinosaurs, but scientists know that the Stegosaurus had plates that stood up all along its back, and this breed has the same characteristic. It's a unique dog native to Cambodia that most people have never heard of. It's called the Cambodian Razorback Dog, and it's a breed endemic to the Mekong River Valley in Cambodia. But even in their home country, these dogs are a rare breed. What makes them so distinct is that they have ridges of hair along their back, almost as if their hair is always standing up. This makes them look as if they're always on guard and ready to attack. They are known for being protective household guardians, though they're abnormally aggressive to strangers and other people's pets. One of the unfortunate things is that a lot of the Cambodian Razorback dogs are strays, simply wandering around in the jungle. This makes them excellent outdoor survivalists. In fact, they shouldn't even really be kept in the house. They're much more at home, running through the forest and even hunting wild animals. In Cambodia, many people befriend these dogs so that they hang around their houses, keeping them safe from potential intruders. How do they befriend them, you ask? How else? They offer them food, water, and shelter. And let's be honest here, if you had a dog like this sitting outside your home, gnawing on a bone, strangers would think twice before approaching. Number 8. Panda Dog. The Panda Dog might just be the cutest thing you've never seen in your life. It's also a dog that is somewhat controversial. It only recently appeared in Japan, blending the exotic look of a panda with the cuteness of a dog. Unfortunately, the Panda Dog isn't actually a breed. In Tokyo, a Maltese Poodle mix was adopted by a man named Kensuke Hirakawa, who went on to give the little puppy an adorable makeover. He used non-toxic hair coloring designed specifically for dogs to dye parts of his new friend's fur to exactly match the pattern of a panda. The result is utter cuteness. The reason the Panda Dog is controversial is that many people don't think dogs should have their hair dyed and that it's cruel. But that hasn't stopped people from copying Kensuke and creating their very own Panda Dogs. It's become something of a fad in Japan, with Panda Dogs roaming the streets almost everywhere you look. What do you think? Is it cruel to dye your dog's hair to make it look like a panda? Or is it just a style choice, like taking it to the groomers and having its hair trimmed? Or putting a doggy sweater on it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Then remember, if you haven't subscribed to Talltanic yet, do that now. Many more interesting videos are getting released soon, and you don't want to miss them. Number 7. The Pit Bull Cheetah. Pit Bull Cheetahs. They really do exist. It's not a genetic mixture between a cheetah and a pit bull, as that would be impossible. but it's a pit bull that looks an awful lot like a cheetah. It just happens to look like that. It's a genetic outlier, a one-of-a-kind dog. The dog's name is Titus, and he's arguably one of the most unique canines on the planet. News of Titus first emerged on the internet, with pictures of the Albanian pit bull being posted online. We don't know exactly how Titus got his spots. Some say he's a mutant, while others believe he's actually the result of a cruel owner painting the spots on him. Luckily, the owner of the dog came forward to dispel any doubts. He claims the dog is 100% real, and that the cheetah spots were not painted. And to be honest, this wouldn't be the weirdest dog ever born. Sometimes dogs are born with spots like a cheetah. It just so happens that Titus is the first globally famous pit bull with this rare condition. Number 6. Fashionista Hound. Every Afghan hound in the world is a bit of a fashionista, but in China, one particular Afghan hound is the most fashionista of them all. The Afghan hound is slender, he loves posing for photographs, and he's got the most incredible hair that you've ever seen. His locks are luxurious, the result of the dog's owner, a guy named Kevin Chan, spending 8 hours bathing and grooming the dog each week. He also spends quite a bit of money on hair products for his diva dog, around $15,000 in total in just 3 years. Each week, he spends about $150 on bathing products, and while that may seem like a lot of money, Kevin says it's worth it because he considers his dog, named Battle, to be a beloved member of the family. But just what kind of grooming needs to be done to make a dog look like this? Kevin sprays a nutritious solution into the dog's fur to keep it smooth, then brushes with talcum to detangle the knots. He does this every single day, sometimes for 2 full hours. Kevin is so crazy about his dog that he even purchased a professional camera and took lessons in photography. He now shares pictures of his pooch on social media, and as for the dog, he seems to really love all the attention. Would you ever go through all of this trouble just to make your dog into a model? Do you think $15,000 is too much for hair products? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you're liking this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. Number 5. Mop Dogs. Mop Dogs are definitely weird. They look like giant mops that should be dipped in soap and water and used to clean the floor. In fact, if you were to walk by a sleeping mop dog, you probably wouldn't even know it was alive. These creatures are officially called Commodore dogs, and they are a rare breed. Instead of having normal dog hair, they have a tasseled coat of tight cords that kind of look like dreadlocks. But to the casual observer, they look more like the cords from an old mop. These dogs originally come from Hungary, where their mop-like coats help them survive in the brutally cold winters. The coats also help them to stay camouflaged in the snow. According to the American Kennel Club, Mop Dogs are a working breed. They're actually a type of sheepdog originally worked in Hungary to help guard and herd flocks of sheep. This was hundreds of years ago, but even though they've been around for so long, it's estimated there are only about 10,000 of them still left in the world today. Number 4. The Mummy Dog. One of the most incredible dogs ever is a nameless canine who got stuck in a tree and turned into a mummy. The bizarre story of the Mummy Dog starts 40 years ago when a pooch scrambled into the hollow of a tree, probably chasing a squirrel, and couldn't get out. The dog's life ended pretty sadly, but at least he's been mummified for the rest of eternity. This happened deep in the woods of Alabama. The hound remained locked in the tree trunk until a logging crew cut the tree down in 1980. They couldn't believe their eyes when they found the perfectly preserved dog still there. According to the experts, the dog had been kept safe from predators, the weather, and insects, thanks to the thick wood of the tree. He's since been named Stucky and handed over to the Southern Forest World Museum, where people from all over the world come to get a look at the curious dog mummy. Number 3. Catahoula Leopard Dog. The Catahoula Leopard Dog is the closest thing you'll find to a mix between a leopard and a dog. Its striking appearance is trumped only by its work ethic. These hardy animals were bred to work in swamps, meaning they require a tough leader and a lot to do. Otherwise, they'll tear your house apart. This breed doesn't always look like a leopard, but they are known to have leopard-like spots on certain areas of their body, normally the head and the chest. They are also incredibly rare as purebreds, but can be found in the US if you look hard enough. One of the big issues with identifying a Catahoula Leopard Dog is that they all look strikingly different. Some don't have any leopard spots, while others are covered head to toe. Number 2. The clone. Imagine loving your dog so much that when they pass away, you spend $50,000 to have them cloned. Forget about rare dog breeds. The most interesting dog in the world is actually a science experiment named Ziggy. According to the California couple who paid the big bucks to have the clone created in a laboratory, the resemblance between Ziggy and his predecessor is uncanny. The original dog was named Marley, a happy Labrador. Alicia and David Sherhart were devastated when their beloved Marley passed away and ascended to doggy heaven. Upset and not knowing what to do, they managed to get a hold of a company called Viagen Pets, who agreed to do the cloning. The $50,000, according to Alicia and David, was a small price to pay to bring their dog back to life. But it wasn't as if the couple literally resurrected their dog. The cloning process is actually quite complicated. It's the same technology that was used to clone a sheep back in 1996. A veterinarian takes tissue from the dead dog, which is then used to culture new living cells. Those cells are then used to replace the nucleus of a female dog's egg. The result is a nearly identical dog to the one that died. What's even more interesting is that not only does Ziggy look exactly like Marley, the original, they also have the same personality, they play the exact same way, and Ziggy has the same favorite toys as Marley did. Perhaps that says something about how much we were influenced by our own genes. Number 1. Doublenosed Andean Tiger Hound. The Doublenosed Andean Tiger Hound is a rare dog breed that comes from the Amazon rainforest. Until recently, it was considered a legend and not even a real animal. The first encounter with this mysterious dog came in 1913 in the country of Bolivia. It was Percy Fawcett, the legendary British explorer, who reported finding a dog with 2 noses, or perhaps more accurately, a single nose that looked as if it had been cut in half with a knife. From what Percy could gather, the dog had been trained by the local tribes to help hunt jaguars. Unsurprisingly, nobody believed Percy was telling the truth, and it wasn't until almost 100 years later, in 2005, that a modern explorer confirmed the existence of the double-nosed dog. Nobody knows exactly where these dogs came from. Almost no single breeder in the US has been able to get a hold of one, and so far as we know, they're all still hiding out in the Amazon jungle. Which of these incredible dogs would you love to own for yourself? Let us know in the comments, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe for more. See you next time. Bye!